All right, I just have to get something off my chest for this upcoming patch that may or may not even happen. Now, I just want to preface that everything I say in this video will be my opinion and that everyone is welcome to their own opinion on this topic. But I saw this Flats video called Marvel Rivals is Making a Big Mistake. And in the video, he has a lot of great takes, by the way, so watch the video if you haven't. The link will be in the description. But they're adding these things called Chrono Shield cards, which, oh my goodness, I really hope this does not happen. But that's the whole point of the video, is if it does happen, this will be terrible. These Chrono Shield cards, they are just Chrono Shields. Everyone knows what Chrono Shields are. Everyone's been in bronze and gold at some point, right? At least lost like 4 games down there, maybe, you know. At least if you're normal, you have, and you know how they work. You lose 3 times, you gain a free loss without losing any MMR, or at least the RR. I'm not sure if it actually affects actual MMR or not, but wait, does this game even have an MMR system? I don't even know about that. But I'm sure a lot of people will already know that. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone looking at that, any reasonable person should know that this is a terrible idea. Now, I never imagined that this company would ever make the game this bad. Now, there's already been so much drama with Season 2. Like, if they add more fuel to the fire, I don't know if people will come back to this game again. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the game is fun and everything, but the player base has already been really toxic, right? Now, what NetEase needs to understand is that they will ruin the game with this. But first, let's take a look at why they would do this. Flats mentioned that they should, or they could, be just trying to drain the money. Maybe it's a pump and dump scheme, who knows? Which really worries me because Diablo Immortal was also a game that was ran by NetEase as well, partially Blizzard, partially NetEase. Blizzard got a lot of flack for that game because they added a lot of pay-to-win elements to the game, and it was especially controversial during the release. Now, what I'm worried about is NetEase might be doing the same thing, but they might be waiting a couple of months to get like attraction to the game, maybe get players addicted or something, and then do their pump and dump, and then everyone's gonna hate them for it. Now, hopefully this doesn't actually happen. I'm pretty sure they actually have been listening to a lot of criticism, which really does leave me a bit hopeful that this will not ever happen. Now, I realize that it's free, right? It's a free product, and everyone's gonna get access to these, right? But Necro said that it might just be for bronze to gold, which would be ideal. If they were going to do something this stupid, it could at least be slightly less stupid, we would hope, right? So the thing is, like, this is important because the game will become less popular. It already has been becoming less popular because it's kind of wore off being, like, brand new. Everyone's kind of played it. Everyone kind of knows if they like it or not. It already has a player base. Now, why would you tarnish that player base and end up turning the bronze to gold to a complete shitter house, for lack of a better term? And bronze to gold is typically the casual player base. Now, you could say maybe it's the casual player base that wants to play competitive, so it would help them with ranking up if they wanted to, but then it would just turn plat into a mixed match of people that have played the game and just got carried there, which already is an issue in the game, to be fair. I would say that rank inflation is kind of a thing in this game at the moment. I don't know if it will continue to be like that. We can be hopeful, but I'm really starting to think that it might not get better. Like, this whole thing really reminds me of Pokemon Unite. If you don't know, Pokemon Unite was a MOBA game by the Pokemon Company that was super pay to win when it released, because you would be able to buy these items, and to level them up you would need materials that were obtainable by you playing the game, but also by spending money. And so at the very beginning you would have all these like overpowered players that they're just wailing out. They spend like $100 and they'd have everything maxed out, which, to be fair, was actually hilarious. I remember Penguin Z0 did I think he had several videos about him pretty much destroying kids, for lack of a better term, because he spent money on the game. Now, if this ever does ever hit that point, which I hope not, but if it does, this game will pretty much be ruined. Now, players have already complained about matchmaking in the game, right? Which is mostly just something that a lot of these like FPS games have, is that they have like experience-based matchmaking. Like you can sometimes get put up against easier foes just so that you can have fun destroying them. And the opposite is also true. You can also get destroyed by other players just because the system made it that way. And I'm not kidding about that. If you have never heard of this, it is something that these companies do. Now, it's so obvious that this will tarnish their reputation, right? But the thing is, this could happen and they could just make a lot of money from it. Like, say this comes out, these cards come out, these noobs use them to go from bronze to plat. Maybe some smurfs, everyone with an account, everyone is making accounts, making bronze to gold, a lot worse. But maybe it's fun for some players to just get to plat, and maybe it doesn't completely ruin everybody's experience. And maybe this does become a thing where they start selling these for money. Now, the end all be all would just be like, I don't even know if I would play this game. I probably would play the game if they did come out. Maybe if this was like a one-time thing, right? They come out with this whole thing. Everyone gets a free 8 Chrono Shields for as long as they have their account, maybe. Or no, until the end of the season. So this can be a revertible decision too. And it also hasn't released yet by the time of recording this, so we'll see. But this has got to be some of the stupidest decisions, like one of the stupidest decisions I have ever seen a game company make, I feel like. At least in a game that I play. Like, what is even a decision that a company has made that was this terrible? I have never seen anything like it, other than maybe that Pokemon Unite example. You know, any game with a competitive mode should never, ever have a pay-to-win mechanic, right? Unless it's like a mobile game, I guess, you know, unless that's the whole appeal. But Marvel Rivals never had that appeal. It was appealed to be a first-person hero shooter, right? It never started off pay-to-win. The player base was never expecting any sort of pay-to-win mechanic in the game. So anyways, I just think it's really dumb. They should never do it. Hopefully they revert their decision, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, you know. We're still kind of in the fog on whether they actually will do this. I don't know when they're actually releasing it yet. They might still have some time to look at how the community sees this. I don't even know if they were even thinking about it, which I hope someone on the company was thinking, oh, maybe they won't like this change, you know? We added this item that completely ruined the experience for both competitive players and casual players alike. Now, I saw this new tweet, actually. They did respond to this. So they say here, both Chrono Shield tokens from ranked matches and Chrono Shield cards from events will not be for sale and only usable for gold rank and below. The purpose is to allow lower ranked players to enter ranked mode with even less pressure through this mechanism. The thing is, they already have Chrono Shields. Like, come on. For every 4 losses, you would have to match with 3 wins. Now, you could be terrible and still meet that requirement. This is actually going to push everyone to platinum if they play even a bit of ranked. And it's going to get, sure, maybe it'll get a lot more people to play ranked. Maybe I'm wrong about this. But like Flat said, it does not bode well for the future if this is the kind of stuff they like want to keep pulling. I think everyone thinks this is a terrible idea. If you think about it for even a second, like bronze through gold, you just will not D-rank at all. Now, that is just to say, again, just for this season. So maybe it will be reverted. But I think this is actually going to have so much backlash and it's going to be very divisive. But anyways, what do you guys all think about it? I think it's not going to go well. Maybe some people think this is going to be the best thing that has ever happened to ranked because they can actually rank up now. I don't know. I'm sure there are many different viewpoints to this. I personally do not think this will go well. All right, GG's, I guess.